chubby waist, thick legs in shape, rump shaking both ways, make you do a double take. Planet rocker, showstopper, flow popper, head knocker, beat scholar, tail dropper. Do my thing, motherfucker. Rolls Royce, Lamborghini, Blue Medina, always beaming, rag top, chrome pipes, blue lights, out of sight. Long weed, sold in, say it again, sold in. Make that money, throw it in, booty bouncing, don't hit. Everybody here, get your backs off the wall, 'cause misdemeanor said everybody.
Well, my name is Sierra for all you fly fellas. No one can do it better.
She'll sing on acapella. We're gonna make you lose control and let it go, for you know you're gonna hit the flow. I rock to the beat till I'm higher. The walk in the club is fire. Get it crunk and wired. Wave your hands, scream louder. If you smoke, then fired up. Bring the roof down and holler. If you tipsy, stand up. DJ, turn it louder. Take somebody by the waist and now throw it in their face like hypnotic, robotic. This here will rock your bodies. Take somebody by the waist and now throw it in their face like systematic, ecstatic. This hit be automatic. Do it right. Everybody here, get your backs off the wall. Misdemeanor said so. Everybody here, get it out of control.
Get your backs off the wall.
'Cause misdemeanor said
So everybody steps, everybody steps, everybody steps.
everybody get loose.
Music make you lose control. Should I bring it back right now? No, bring it back now. Woo! Oh! I see you. Now see, I'ma do it like see. Now shake it, girl. Come on and just shake it, girl. Come on and let it pop like girl. Come on and let it pop like girl. Yo, back it up, girl. Back it up, girl. Back it up, girl. Back it up, girl. Woo! 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 Yo, bring it to the front, girl. 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 Let's go, let's go. Woo!
You know I love music. And every time I hear something hot, it makes me want to move. It makes me want to have fun. But it's something about this joint right here. This joint right here, it makes me want to let it go. Can't let this thing called love get away from you. Feel free right now, go do what you want to do. Can't let nobody take it away from you, from me, from we. No time for moping around, are you kidding? And no time for negative vibes, 'cause I'm winning. It's been a long week, I put in my heart baby, so I must stay classy. Gotta keep it high, keep it together if I want to get better. See, I wouldn't change my life just fine, 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 fine. Ooh, fine, 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 fine. See, I wouldn't change my life, I ain't gonna let nothing get in my way. No, no matter what nobody has to say. I ain't gonna let nothing get in my way. No matter what nobody has to say. When you're doing all the things that you wanna do, get the best out of life, treat yourself to something new. It's a really good thing to say that I won't change my life just fine, 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 See, I won't change my life just fine. See when I'm looking at me when I'm walking past the mirror. Don't stress through the night at a time in my life. Ain't worry about what you feeling. Got my head on straight, I got my vibe right. I ain't gonna let you kill it. See, I won't change my life just fine, 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 I won't change my life just fine.
Are you worth it? Your dreams, goals, vision, purpose, whatever your it is. Welcome to You're Worth It with Cetra Stevenson, where you'll get tips and strategies on how to live your dreams and reach your goals. Be inspired today because you're worth it. Now, here's your host, Cetra Stevenson.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to You're Worth It. I am so honored to be your host. My name is Cetra Stevenson, and I am here just to inspire you while giving you tips and strategies on how to live your dreams and reach your goals. My prayer is that you will hear something on this show that will be your aha, your I am moment, so that you will take the necessary steps towards living your best life on purpose. You are in for a great show this evening because I have the wonderful, the beautiful, the talented, the motivational speaker, vision board experience person, Miss Sandi Johnson in the studio with me. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Well, thank you, Cetra. That was such a warm welcome. Thank you so much.
Well, you are so welcome. Look, because you deserve it. That wasn't even enough. I can go on and on and on and just tell how awesome and how just life-changing that you are, because, you know, we met. We're originally from, go ahead, I'll let you tell people.
Detroit, 313.
I'll let you go ahead and tell it, because I always let people know that I'm from Detroit. And they say when you're from Detroit, you tell people you're from Detroit. So when I get somebody in the studio with me that's from my hometown, oh yeah, we like to brag, y'all. So I am just so excited to have you here in the studio with me, not only because you're from Detroit, but because you're doing so many awesome things within the community. So we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about the vision board. We're going to talk about you being a motivational speaker, a vision coach, but you also give people a vision board experience. So go ahead and tell our listeners, what is a vision board experience?
What a vision board experience is. About 5 years, me and some girlfriends, we decided, you know how we do. We're going to get together and have a girls' night in, and we're going to do vision boards. That vision board was so powerful. Those things manifested itself. That I'm going to be honest, it manifested itself to the point that it almost scared me. That honestly, I didn't do one for a few years after that. I was giving events. I would have them started at my home, and now we're outside the home. We had about 30 people there this year. And while I don't call it a party, or like, because it's more than a party, it's an experience. I have developed a five-step process to do vision boards where you leave there with at least 3 goals set, an accountability partnership, and those goals are going to be started, launched within 30 to 90 days.
Oh.
So you leave there not just with, it's more than cutting and pasting. It's way more than that. So we do the 5-step process, but it's not all bougie and stuck up. We have fun. When I did the one at Central State University in Wilberforce, Ohio, that one was called Black Girls Magic Vision Board Experience. And I was a dancing belle when I went to Central State. And
Central State in the house.
Central State, the Marching Marauders, yes.
Okay.
And it was a young lady up there, and she just started doing a couple of moves. And I'm like, are you calling me out?
Okay.
So we had a little dance break. We had a little dance off. And I got her until my knees got bad and I couldn't hit the floor like she did. But other than that, I was keeping up.
Okay.
So we have fun. It's music. It's I have different themes vision boards from everything from success is a choice, men winning in life, Black Girl Magic. Let me see another one I've done. So we have different, if you contact me, we can come up with a theme that's appropriate for your vision, for your event.
Yes, and I do know vision boards is important, and I'm glad that you said that, because years ago, I could say it was probably about almost 10 years ago, I did a vision board. And like you say, when it comes true, it's almost scary because it's your vision. You're putting what you want to manifest. So I put Texas on my vision board. This was 10 years ago, so I've been here 8 years now. So look, I'm here in Texas. I mean, I put like the car. I'm going to get that white Range Rover. So look, if anybody want to gift that to me, just go ahead. Look, but I'm going to get that. I put the house, and I was very specific. I love to dance. I put me dancing. Well, I put Dancing with the Stars, but I might have to put something else. But it's very important to put it on it, and you see it. So when you do, you accomplish it, you're just like, oh my gosh. You just feel really good about it.
So you could have Dancing with the Stars, maybe not that one.
Maybe not
that. You have a theme party called Dancing with the Stars.
Right, and I do my own.
You do your own. So my vision board right now has changing the world, traveling, and all of that stuff is manifesting itself. One of my other goals this year was, I'm like, I need to get healthy. Let me lose weight. So I woke up one morning because I'm like random like that and was like, I'm not going to eat meat anymore. Just like that. No reason behind it. And that was in about June, and I gave up meat. And about 3 weeks ago, I started doing a boot camp. I've lost probably about 10 or 15 pounds. But the things on that board, let me explain to you what a vision board is, because some people are probably like, what is it? What it is, you take a white piece of poster board, and you flip through magazines. And you just find pictures that kind of resonate with you. And you pick them out. Then you put them on the board and arrange them. Then you put it up someplace in your house. You don't stick it in the closet behind all those shoe boxes.
Right.
You put it up someplace, and then you start working towards those goals. You'll find the stuff really manifest itself. So on my vision board, it just doesn't say health. It's actually a cute little butt. I'm going to put some cute abs on there, too.
Okay.
But I've been working towards it. And a lot of the stuff is just coming to pass. I have one friend, and she said after she does the things come to pass, she put the completion date. So I've started putting the completion date next to my things.
Okay, yes.
So it's really a powerful tool, and it's for all ages. I have in my school right now, I'm a school counselor by day, vision coach by night.
Okay.
The kids are doing vision boards this year, and they've really gotten into them.
And that's very important because I had my kids do a vision board. And they were like maybe 10, 13, 11, and they're grown now. They're 25 and 23, so I know that they remember it. And they would put, what car. I had them put what college they wanted to go to, what profession. So the college was very important. They had to put a school. They had to put a profession. They had to put, like their house, their car, whatever city. So that was very important to them. And now that my son is grown, I told him, I say, remember when you put that Ford Fusion on your vision board? And he was like 10. And when we moved here, I had a Ford Fusion, and I gave him the Ford Fusion. I say, remember that? We started laughing because he was like, he didn't think it was funny because he's 20, in his 20s, and a Ford Fusion is not cool, when you're in your 20s. But I said, but do you remember you put that on your board, and you were like 10. Yes. When you did it. I mean, even like with the school. So that's very important that you have the kids involved too, because it's their vision.
Yes.
They have to say, okay, this is what I want and I can do it. Because a lot of times people tell us what we can't do. No, you create your future.
And that's an important thing. It's a vision board. It's the future. It's not reality. I'm not going to take my Sally Mae student loan payments and put them up there in my rent payment and my car note. We're planning for the future. And you have to be very careful. That's why it's a process. That's why everybody, you just can't. It's more than copying and pasting. And you have to do it around someone that is a dream keeper, not a dream reaper. You don't want people to come and tell you that your dream is too big, that your dream is not attainable. Your dream might require some hard work, some dedication, some commitment, but all things are possible. And like you, my daughter did one some years ago. She was maybe a junior in high school. She put a HBCU. She now attends Central State University in Wilberforce, Ohio.
Okay, CSU in-house.
Yes.
I got to keep saying that.
She's a graduating senior this May. She put Find Her Own Fashion, and she has a very unique style of fashion. Sometimes it involves red hair, but that's her.
Okay.
And so the things on her board has come to pass. So it's really important, though, that if you're going to an event or if you're doing it, to make sure that you have a dream keeper. Because some people are dream reapers. They'll look at your board and like, that's not possible. You just got a GED. How you going to be a doctor? Because you can if you choose to.
Yes.
If you choose to work and study and work hard and make those sacrifices, you can.
You can. And I'm glad that you said the doctor, because I put on my board Dr. Stevenson, and I'm in my third year of my doctoral program. So next year, 2019, early 2020, you'll be calling me Dr. Stevenson.
We'll be calling her doctor, and we're going to have a graduation ceremony dancing under the stars.
Okay, Dr.
Dancing with the
Stevenson,
stars.
I'm dancing. And you're right, because you can do it. And you need someone, like you said, to hold. I like that you say accountability. You need to be with someone that's going to feed you, that's going to applaud you, that's going to be there to support you. Because some people will look at you and be like, how you go get that? I was working at a casino and I put this big mansion and Range Rover and Bentley and all that. So I didn't care what they say. I'm like, I'm going to get it. I might not get it today.
But it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. And that's why it's really important. And the accountability piece is something that just kind of passed. People kind of say I'm bossy. We'll see. So I decided to take that bossiness and use it for people's benefits. And I'm real good. I found it was actually a gift that I can keep people accountable and do it in such a way that nobody's demeaned, everybody's uplifted. I can make people laugh. We get it done. Because yesterday I met with a client, and he just told me a few things he wanted to do. And by the time we left, we have a whole retreat planned for him for March. Whole retreat laid out, planned. Because that's what being a vision coach is. And then I'm going to hold him accountable to make sure he do, because we laid the steps out. Make sure he gets those steps done to make his vision come to pass. And
I'm glad you said that, because you really can have two. You can do it like for your personal, and if you own a business, you should definitely have one for your business. Put that, where do you see your business in 30 days or next year or 5 years from now? So that's great. So maybe what about corporate events? So do you do corporate events?
I do corporate events. Corporate events is really key, especially if you have like a sales force. Or you have a company vision and you need everybody on the same vision. We're going to put that vision statement on their vision board. Then they're going to build their vision around the corporate vision. It's team building. It's bringing everyone on the same page to understand what direction. But if you're like tax people, real estate agents, that's kind of a hustle job. Okay. Insurance agency, you have to get out there and make it happen for yourself. Yeah. So those type of jobs, if you want to do a vision board experience, you could actually put all the good stuff you want on there. We want houses, cars, we want, so much money in the bank. You could put those items on there, and then you goal set to see how many people's taxes do you have to get to do that? How many houses you have to sell to do that? So we make the goals tangible.
And that's good. I'm glad you said that, because I was in the insurance field, and you're right. It's like a hustle. You got to get out there. You got to have this many houses, this many life insurance, this many, car insurance. So that would be good for all of you that I know that's in the insurance industry that own your own agency. hey, get your staff together, and not just in insurance and real estate, whatever business that you have, get your staff together and contact Sandi. I'm telling you, especially because if you are the owner, you are the vision, so you want your staff to be in alignment with your vision, but also let them, see the goals that they need, to set. Because either way it goes, if it's sales, you got to make some sales.
You got to make some sales. And you know what? Sometimes through the vision board, you might find out where you're at working is not what's for you, and that's okay. Because you need to be walking in your purpose. And if where you're at is not walking in your purpose or is outside your skill set, you know what? Is a job out there that is. So sometimes doing a vision board helps you get clarity of, this is not where I need to be. I need to try something different.
That was good. I never thought of it that way. So you may be in sales, and just by your vision board, it may be telling you need to be in marketing.
Yes, because I have a friend of mine who he does like motivational speaking, and he has people coming in his inbox just saying, I'm this profession, but this is where my heart is at. So through vision boards and things like that, it can give you clarity. If you are let's just say, a school counselor, and everything on your vision board is about entrepreneurship, or everything on your vision board is about travel or something outside the realm of that, it's okay. You can always start a new career. You can always reinvent yourself. You end your life when that dirt go on you. Other than that, you always have a chance to write a new chapter.
So you all heard it. So corporate, your kids, if we have any people that have like nonprofits that work with teenagers, with young kids, then, let them do a vision board. Let Sandi come to your event. I'm telling you, the kids, they will love it.
I did one for a young ladies retreat. It was called Diamond in the Rough. That was the theme of it. And we talked about how coal and diamonds start with the same material. Diamonds come about when the pressure is put on. And that's how we are. When the pressures of life come on, either we're going to be coal or we're going to be a diamond. So the diamond in the rough, these young ladies, they had a good time creating their vision boards. We set some goals. It was an awesome event. So any age range, this is for corporate, personal, church services, churches. Churches need to be pushing their people in their vision. We need our churches to be vision launchers, helping people get to their purpose, because that's why God put us here, to walk out our purpose, which helps the kingdom of God.
Right, and I believe that maybe that's why some people are so frustrated in life, because they don't have no vision. They don't know where they're going. So really the vision board, it's like a roadmap. It's to get you to that destination.
It's your own roadmap. It's motivating. It's encouraging. I went to Detroit and I did the Black Girl Vision Board experience there, and I love my city, but Detroit's a tough city.
Yeah,
it's tough. It's a little hard. But the vision board experience for those that came was awesome. I'll be going back next summer, and to keep the cost down, because people's like $25, but you have to learn to invest in yourself.
Yes, because $25 they would go to, what is it, White Castles, Coney Island.
Our hair costs more than $25. Come on,
and that's crazy. And it seems like some people is so, when you talk about investing in your future, they like, oh, let me think about it. For what?
And that's what I made the investment in myself this year. I went to a conference that has put me on this road. I mean, I was kind of, doing it, but it set me on fire. And not only there, I met like-minded people that has helped me in my business. So we have to learn to pour financially into ourselves.
Yes.
So, but this summer when I go back to Detroit, we're just going to call it Vision in the Park.
And we're going to have it packed out, because I got friends and family in Detroit as well. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be there, because I know how you're living. and not saying that, but if someone is coming all the way from Texas, coming to invest in your future, and for $25, that's a little bit of nothing.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you invest in yourself for just what if the possibility of just having more?
And it's about mindset. That's what we have to move out of the mindset of scarcity. It's not enough resources. God gave us enough.
Yes.
And we have to move to the mindset of abundance. It's enough here. You can do what you're doing. I can do what I'm doing. And it's enough here for us all. But for us to walk in that abundance, we have to be moving in purpose. Because when you over here, y'all can't see me. When you're over here and God wants you over here, it's not going to line up. You got to move to where your purpose is for that abundance to flow.
Right, and that's why a lot of people, are frustrated. So Sandi is coming to Detroit. So friends and family, if you're listening, which I'm sure you are, then make it out to this event. When I say that I'm just so excited how God is connecting me with people, and like you say, it's for purpose. Everybody who I bring on this show, I'm strategically picking out who I want on this show because I know what my vision, I know what my purpose is for the show. I know on this show is to inspire, to uplift, to keep people connected. So those are the people who I want in this seat next to me. So just to have you here is such an honor and a blessing. So if she's having an event, when I say that it can be something that can change your life, believe me, when I came here to Texas 6 years ago, I knew one person. One person. I got out there and I networked and I made it happen and I met people, and I just been thanking God for the connections that he's been, the people who he's been connecting me to, because you are, when I say just awesome. So we're going to take a quick break. We talked about the vision board. We have so much more to talk about because you are a vision coach, you are a motivational speaker, and we also want to talk about Speakers Are Us.
Oh,
okay.
Yes.
So listeners, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We are just taking a quick break, and we will be right back.
For the ladies that like to shine, Diamond Tresses is the hairline for you. We offer 100% unprocessed virgin hair in a wide range of length and textures to meet your needs, from Brazilian body wave, Malaysian straights, Indian yaki, and Peruvian island curl. We have the hair to make you shine. And yes, ladies, we also have lace closures, frontals, and 360s. Hair coloring is also available upon special request. Check out our website at diamondtress.com and place your order today. Use coupon code GET10 for 10% off your entire order when checking out and entering "You're Worth It" in the special instructions. Let us help you shine with Diamond Tresses.
Hello, I am Montez Jones, the CEO of Tez Jones Training Solutions and an executive director with the John Maxwell team. Our main focus is to add value to people through speaking, teaching, and coaching. Allow us to assist you in helping to develop better leadership, better communication skills to achieve better results. Please visit my website at www.tjts14.com. Email me at info@tjts14.com or call 972-863-2114. Hope to speak with you soon.
Insurance is very important, and our agency is committed to providing our clients with excellent coverage and customer service. Being an insurance agent is a very lucrative field where you can make anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 a year. Our agency is looking for professionals to join our award-winning team. If you want to know more about being an insurance agent, please contact Roderick Bonds with the Bonds Assurance Protection Agency at 1-800-894-9689. That's 1-800-894-9689.
You're listening to You're Worth It with Sesha Stevenson. Missed a live show? No problem. Download the Spreaker podcast app and listen to all the shows. And download the ones with your favorite guest. Make sure you also visit her website at yourworthitshow.com or like her Facebook page, You're Worth It Radio Show. There you see the live videos from the show. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss what's coming up next.
Well, thank you all for joining us today. My name is Sesha Stevenson, and I am your host for the You're Worth It show. And I have Miss Sandi Johnson here in the studio with me. Thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. This has just been awesome.
Yeah, so I know before we went to break, we were talking about the vision board experience. But as I said before, you're a vision coach. You're a motivational speaker as well. So let's talk about the Speakers Are Us, because that group is just
phenomenal.
Yes.
Speakers Are Us, a friend of mine, Tedrick Thurman, you meet people and it makes godly connections. We met about 11 years ago when I first got here. He was my first, we worked together in the same classroom. I was a teacher at the time, and we've been friends ever since. So anytime he's doing anything, he's like, Sandi, come on out. Sometimes I don't even know what it is. Those are the type of people you need in your life, that they support your dream, where if you say, come to 2255, you just get up and go. Like one day I didn't know what I was going for, and he wanted me to film him outside. It's not the Tigers. Who are they? The Dallas Cowboys practice field, and it was like 102 degrees. Okay. I was like, I'm over here melting, but I'm going to film you. So he called me and was like, we're forming this group for speakers. I know that's one of your desires. So I came out to the first one. It was so dynamic. It's just a group of us that are all working to achieve being speakers, writers. Some people are just business owners because some of the skill set that you need for all of them applies to everything. So we just come out and share. Like one guy is a John Maxwell. He's in John Maxwell camp. Another guy is in Eric Thomas camp. I'm a line of Elisa Nichols. That's the conference I went to. So we're all bringing the information that we've learned in our different trainings together so we can all achieve. Right. So that's what lately we do it once a month. And again, didn't I say I was bossy? They say I'm an administrator, but I'm a little bossy. So with my bossiness, I just kind of helped me and another young lady organize it, get it together. This month, the Speakers Arts meeting is this Saturday at the Meadows Conference Center, and the topic is going to be getting published. Not like the writing process, but we're going to talk about, do you self-publish? Do you publish with the publisher? The pros and the cons, how to actually get your book. And once you get your book out there, how do you get it to people?
Right.
People got to get the book.
Right.
You got to market it. So book launches, things like that. We're going to talk about kind of the nitty-gritty of the publishing is what our theme is going to be. It's from 10 to 12 at the Meadows Conference Center in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, so if you are a business owner, if you're acquiring, if you want to be a business owner, or if you just want to just connect with business-minded people, I mean, you should be there.
Let me tell you the price. Y'all ready for the price? Y'all sitting down? Y'all sitting? It's free.
Free.
It's free because we're coming with the spirit of contributing to each other.
Right, and that's what I love about the group, and I've made some awesome connections from the group. I mean, I just love how they support each other. I mean, one person have an event, and you'll see 3 or 4 or maybe 10 speakers are us, people that's in the group, they're supporting them. So I really, really love that group, and I know that you play a very important role in that group because you keep us accountable.
During the meetings, everybody, we all set goals. Number one, we talk about our wins. Wins are important, whether they're big wins or small wins. We can't always, like with my weight loss goal, if I put my full goal up there, I would just be crying every day. I'll be crying. So you chunk it. You chunk your goals. Right. So with that, you celebrate the small wins. It doesn't always have to be a great big win. So every meeting, people share their wins. What did you do to achieve, to get one step, whether it's a tiny step or a big step towards your goals? So we share our goals, and then people set goals. They're actually in my little book right here. People set their goals. I'm going to type them up this week. And then I ask them questions like, so did you do?
Right.
What you
said you was going to do.
Last month you said you was going to do a one sheet. Where's do I see it? Where's it at? So we hold each other accountable, and if people are stumped, we help each other along the path.
And that's very, very important because when you set goals and you have someone that's holding you accountable, it just pushes you because it's your goal. We're just helping each other to get to that next level, and you do, and you'll send a message and be like, okay, look, did you say or did you do what you said you was gonna do? Because you said it.
I was trying to look back at Cetra's goals. I can't find them right quick. I was going to ask Cetra.
Well, you know what? I know my goal is to create a system because I just thank God because I'm so blessed. I have a lot of things going on. I have the I Am Worth It t-shirts, which I have partnered with a few organizations. So that's been going really well. I just processed an order of 1,400 shirts. Yes.
Wow.
So I am just so excited about that. Then here on the radio station, I put out those commercial ads, and I mean that was going really well. So my goal was just to find a system where I don't have to do all the work.
It might be virtual assistance time.
Virtual assistance
time.
Or anybody, do I got any interns out there that, I don't want to pay you. Look, well, I might can pay you a little bit. But
little college student trying to get a little experience.
Right, experience, or just to be connected. So, so I thank you for just keeping me accountable for my goals that I set. So, what was your goal, Sandy?
My goals, let me go back. I am trying to, because I can speak, but we all have strong points and we have weak points. And I'm real good at identifying my weak point. I'm not a salesperson. So I'm trying to develop those skills to be able to, like, close deals. But my goals, they're in here. Oh, I had your show. Your show.
Okay.
No, that was one of your show.
Okay. So you can scratch that off.
Scratch that off.
Mission accomplished.
Update website. That was been done. Vision launchers. That's something we could talk about in a little bit. That's in the process. That's going to be done. HBC. My email blast to my HBCUs is in the process too. So everything by Saturday will be done.
And see, and that's what it's about, y'all. I mean, set your goals and just take the steps. We can all say what we want in life. Okay, but what is it? How are you getting there? How are you getting the things? You can say, if you're not a business owner, I want to be a business owner. Well, what type of business? How are you going to do it? Is it a nonprofit? Is it for profit? You know, do you have it written down? And it's best to write it down and keep it in front of you.
Write it down and have an accountability person too. Somebody's going to say, did you get what you said you were going to get done? Because as a vision coach, what I basically do, people's like, what's a vision coach? What I do is sometimes we're like standing on a cliff and we're looking down at those things that we want in our life. You're looking down at that business, that unwritten book, that career change you want, that hobby that you really want to do that people might think you crazy because you're supposed to be this uptight corporate person. We're looking down at our goals and we're scared to jump over the cliff. So as a vision coach, what I do is I just push you. I stand up behind you and I'm going to push you. But as you're falling, I'm going to equip you with a parachute of resources that's going to help you land safely. Like that administrative stuff, I got a few tools that I could kind of help you with to get some of that things, your system flowing so you're not having your hand in everything.
Yes.
It's automated.
That's good. Write the vision and make it plain.
Hi, Felicia. Hi, Latasha. Hey, Sorora Tasha Goins. Hi, Kevin Gaines. Hi, Lady T. And LaSonia. Hi, you guys.
So we just thank you for that. And I love the quote that you used about success is based on consistency. Explain that.
I also do a Facebook Live broadcast, I don't know what you'll call it, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. And every week we have a topic. So last week is success is based on consistency. You have to continue at it. You have to be a person of your word. When you meet me in private, you're going to meet the same person because I am my brand. So I'm going to be consistent in who I am regardless of where I'm at. So, but with your own self, a lot of times when I have to go to work, because currently I'm a parapreneur, which means I work a regular job, plus I'm getting my business up and going, they expect me there at 7:30 in the morning to 3:45. With your own business, you have to be that committed.
Yes.
If you're going to work 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock on your own business, it has to be consistency.
Right.
You can't start and stop in order to achieve. You have to be a person of your word because when we first start off, it's really our integrity that people have to see. Because I'm all about starting off, you don't have much. You just your integrity, your skill set. This other lady I heard speak on, there's no excuse not to start your business. You can't use money as an excuse. You were at I'm Black Women in Business.
Yes.
Money is not an excuse, it's a lack of skill set. So because with me starting my own business and also helping other people facilitate their visions, I've been able to obtain some skill set. Like I do my own website and things like that.
And then there's ways, too, where you can barter with someone. You know, a lot of people don't know about that. Find someone who need what you have, and they have what you need, and you find a way to help each other. So, therefore, you're growing, and they're growing as well.
And we kind of do a lot of that as Speakers Are Us. It's a lot of exchange of information, exchange of services, and just helping everybody be winners.
Okay. Well, I know that you are going, you're having a Facebook Live event on tomorrow. So I love the title. It says, I am a hot mess.
Yes.
I am a hot mess. And that just really stood out to me. So explain to my listeners, what is that?
Because I'm embracing my hot messness. Because I am. I'm a hot mess. But my friends are like, you're just too much. And it's okay. But what we're going to talk about is how sometimes the things that people have said is negative about you is purposed. When I was growing up, you know what they said about me? I talk too much. That's what they said. I mean, I used to get in trouble for talking too much. Not in school. I was quiet, got straight ones. Am I telling my age? Because we used to get 1, 2s, and 3s for citizenship. I got straight ones because I saved it up from when I got home. And I talked. This one guy across the street, he was a little older. I was in probably about 4th grade, and he was probably in 9th or 10th. He said, Sandy, they made a song about you. And I was like, what? Somebody finally recognized my greatness. And he sprung out, I think it was Run DMC song.
You talk too much.
Girl, you never shut up. I was like, whatever, I'm going to keep on talking. To the point that one day I was talking. And my mother, we was all around the dining room table joking, because that's what we would do in my family. Sit around the dining room table and joke. She said, I'm sick of you talking. And she took a piece of duct tape and cut it off and put it over my mouth to try to stop my talking. But my talking, I realize now, is my gift.
It's your gift.
It's my gift.
Yes.
So, but you know what I did to that duct tape? I kept licking it and laughing. While tears were coming down, tears of laughter was coming down. And I kept licking and laughing and licking. And you know what? That duct tape came off. So you need to not allow anybody to duct tape or try to seal your gift.
That's very powerful, and I'm glad you said that when you because you mentioned back when you were a kid, because I have a 13-year-old, and at 2, he was talking like, you know, because his older brothers and sisters, they're like 10 years apart. So he was holding conversations with the big kids. And I just be looking like, how is this 2-year-old? Usually when we growing up, the older people would be like, get out of grown folks' face, just go sit down, go be quiet. But I knew it was a gift because he talked a lot. He talked and he knew what he was talking about. But then I also knew he knew about sports. I mean, he knew the players, the positions, the teams, where people would come over and record him because they couldn't believe this 2 or 3-year-old actually knew this much. So I knew that was a gift of his. He talked a lot. He was smart. He knew about sports. So when he was a kid at 8, he turned it into a business.
Yes.
Kids talking.
Yes.
Sports. So I saw that was a gift. And then when we moved here to Texas, he started acting. So we came here and he met with the agent and she signed him on spot. And she was just like, okay. So he was in commercials. So I used that, his gift, instead of me doing like how my parents used to tell me when we were growing up, just be quiet, go sit down. You don't know what you're talking about. You embrace and you just see it. That may be their gift that you're just telling them not to use.
And I had an experience. My middle daughter, Christian, she was special. She was so bad. She was so strong-willed. It was like if you said go left, she went right. My other kids would just be on me if we're in a store. Christian, not so much. She'll be over there under the rack. I kept her in the buggy in the store until she actually got stuck. Because her legs were so long, like she got stuck. I'm like, okay, I can't put you in the front part of the buggy anymore. But people was like, you need to break her. And the Lord spoke to me and said, everything I put in her is purpose. You have to redirect it. That one is graduating in January. She was the Student Government Association president for Central State University in Wilberforce, Ohio. CSU, Marauders. For a couple of years, that leadership. We finally found a place for she would get in trouble. She threw like a chair in 1st grade. Like, it was like crazy. But I just had to keep her busy, keep her active, and that's what we have to do. We can't be dream reapers for our children. Those gifts, that personality, imagine if I'd have broke that. Once she finally found a place to put all that leadership, all that, she talks more than me, all that talking is effective. Right. She has a government agency, a high-ranking government agency, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, probably not, that she's going to do a leadership training for.
Right.
She's had Microsoft at a conference chasing her out the room trying to find her to offer her a job because those leadership skills was there. We just have to continue to push it.
Yes.
You know, we can't break our children.
And it is. And it's in the children because, like, I would go to my son's school and all the teachers would say, he's a leader. He's a leader. You know, I remember when he first started playing football, the very first game, I'm looking at him and he telling all the other kids what to do. I'm looking like, play the game. You out there bossing the kid. But he knew what he were doing. And the coaches saw that in him and they was like, he's the leader.
See, they didn't see it in middle school because she was so bad at elementary. It showed up 9th grade year. When she was on, they had they had a 9th grade campus and they had a high school. But if you took certain classes, you had to take a bus back and forth between the campuses.
Okay.
The kids were on the bus acting up. She had the bus driver pull over, stop, shut the bus down, got everybody quiet, and then looked at the bus driver and said, you can proceed now.
See?
So, but in middle school, like her middle school teachers, when they seen her at like the events, they were just shocked that she wasn't in prison because she was that bad. She was, so we just have to keep gearing them towards the right way. And you know what? You have to put your hand on your chest, and this is something I've been declaring and decreeing, that I birth greatness. You have to say, I birth greatness. Even sometimes our children are not doing exactly what we want.
Right.
They're not where we want them to be in life. You got to declare and decree that I birth greatness.
Yes.
And it's coming to pass.
I birth greatness. I have 3 children, and I birth greatness. All 3 of them are going to be someone that's just going to leave a legacy, that's going to change the world. And we have to be careful what we do, because our kids, they watch. And I always talk about my 13-year-old, because my oldest 2, they're grown. But I just love what my oldest 2, what they're doing, and especially my daughter, because now she's here in Texas. She graduated from UNT 2 years ago, but now she has a small group called Her Grace. It's helping her rise gracefully. Will she empower and inspire the young ladies of her generation? So it's like from ages 20 to 30. And I just look at her and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm just so, proud of her, because she have a good heart. She wants to give and she wants to inspire and encourage. And I'm like, she's me.
Yes.
At 20. But, kids don't even like to hear that they acting like they're their mother. But I just was so, just so proud of her. And we have to be careful, what we're doing and what we're saying, to our children.
That is so true.
Yes. Well, okay, so we talked about the vision board. So then we have to get to what's the hot mess.
Oh, yeah. The hot mess is just embracing your hot messiness, because we all got some hot messiness, because I embrace mine. Instead of just saying I'm bossy, I'm now an accountability coach. I'm going to keep you on track. Okay. So if you got a child that has trouble with the truth, they're just creative. We got to take that, instead of calling them a storyteller or a liar. They can come up with creative stories. So we have to take those things that people have negatively said about us, those things that have been negative, and turn it into, how is this going to help me in my future? Because I was always strong-willed. My dad, he's just like, you're just my difficult child. But I did things my own way, and it worked out. And that strength that I had from that was skill sets that I needed being a single mom. Because I was a single mom with 3 kids, and it wasn't always easy.
Right.
So that's what the hot messiness, and learning how to take those things that people have talked about, those things that people have made you cry about, and know it's part of your purpose. And how do you reformat that to fit it and make it positive?
And that's where I came up with the whole I am worth it. Because people, they will, tell us what we are. And then when you're young, that sticks with you, because some of the things I can still remember when I was a kid, some of the bad things people would say about me, some of the things, the names that they would call me. So the I am worth it is for us to define our own worth. We have to take those labels off what people called us and told us. And some of us maybe believed it. Maybe we grew up thinking we're not enough.
And then we have to learn how to transfer skills. If you love hard in relationships, that should make you committed in your business and your career. So we have to learn how to start transferring skills from one place to another. So like when I was in Lisa Nichols' conference, she talked about this thing called the scaling question, which is, I do it at school all the time, because it's something I learned in college. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the best school experience and 10 being the best school experience and 1 being the worst, where are you at? And you can kind of get, you're at a 5, so what do we do to get to a 6? I had never thought to do that with my son or my children. She scaled her kids, like on a scale of 1 to 10, her son, with 10 being the best mom in the world and 1 being the worst mom in the world. Where am I? And what can I do to get up to that next level? I never thought to apply that to my personal life. Okay. So we have to learn that those skills that we've learned, those things that we're good at, how do we transfer that from business to personal? Because I believe if you're inconsistent in your personal life, or if you're not a person of your word, it's going to be in your business life too. I can't believe you're just one way in relationships. But think of your strengths and how do you transfer that over? See, I was bossy. which helped me run a household as a single mom. But now I took that bossy and made it into accountability coach. And I'm going to do it with love.
Yes, and you do it with love. And when you say the accountability coach, but that's good because you're just helping people to see what's already in them.
What's already in them. And not only what's already in them, but as life happens, we have to keep moving on.
Right.
Jesus had stuff happen.
Right.
And he had to keep moving on. He had to continue to move to his purpose.
Right.
Regardless of how life hit him.
Right.
And we have to learn to continue because as you get closer to what your purpose for,
yes,
it get a little more intense. Because I got some situations right now, I'm like, for real, Jesus? For real?
Yes.
That are just intense.
Right.
So we have to continue to move. Even if our steps slow down, we have to keep moving.
Right. And when you say about the purpose, because it was scary for me because, you know, when I moved here to Texas, I owned an insurance agency. I sold the insurance agency, and when God told me to share my story, I was negotiating with God. I'm like, I ain't telling my business. These people don't know what happened to me. You know, only my friends and family that's close or whoever saw the news back in the day, they know. You want me to get up and talk about it? Are you serious? You know, and I didn't know the whole big picture, but he just said, share your story. So I knew I had to do it. And as I shared my story, I'm like, okay, God, now I see, I get it. Because it wasn't about me. It's about who I'm helping.
It's about who you're helping. And you don't know, your story is your biggest heartbreak, your biggest hurt, your biggest disappointment can be somebody else's greatest gift.
Yes. And I mean, I've had women come up to me and just say, you know, thank you. You know, I'm either going through this or I know someone that's going through this. I mean, I've had women come up to me pulling up their pants like, look, this is what happened to me. This is what my ex did to me. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Thank you for sharing that. I even had a guy last week. I get a phone call. And I get the phone call and I was busy, so I didn't answer. So I called back like a few hours later. When I say timing is, oh my gosh, timing is very, very important. So I called him back and I'm thinking he's going to talk about business or something. He said, you know what? I had your number, but I got a new phone, so I Googled you and so I saw your YouTube video, and he was like, oh my gosh, I just want you to know that you touched me, you changed my life. And this is a grown man, he's like in his 40s, and he was saying, because I went through that, you know, and it was a domestic violence situation. He said, oh, I can remember my parents, you know, when I was younger, how, you know, it affected me. And I just was like, wow. You know, I'm on the phone just like crying, like, okay, this call was meant to happen. So where I'm thinking, we about to talk about business, it was God just saying, that's why I told you to share your story.
And a lot of us out there are sitting on our story because we don't want people to know. Sitting on our story, but your story, your biggest pain is somebody else's biggest blessing.
Yeah.
So I encourage you to share your story because you don't know who it might empower. That's why I have a book coming out, probably Mother's Day, I think is when I'm going to launch it, called Single Parenting on Purpose. And it just gives 10 tips of things I did to be able to overcome as a single mom, because it was not easy. I didn't really receive financial support from the dads. And my girls, like I said, last year college. But it was a struggle.
Yes.
I finished up my master's degree with them.
Yes.
I mean, I would have to pick them up from activities. We would go. The security guard in my school, my university, knew them. He was like, your daughter left her book here. She need that for homework. Because they would sit in the lobby while I was in class.
Wow. And I wouldn't even know. I mean, and we see each other a lot, but just to know that we have all of this in common. You know, not only being from Detroit, went to Central State. I'm a single mother of 3. You know, I don't get support from my ex-husband because he's in prison. You're right now. So I was raising my youngest at 2. And he's 13 now, you know, so I wasn't getting any support. And it's a little tough when you got boys, you know, and then I'm up here, I'm doing the best that I can, you know, and I just thank God that he's a good kid. Thank you, Jesus, that he, you know, he's a good kid. But it's not easy. It is. It's hard, you know, as a single mother.
It takes a lot of sacrifices. And so I just kind of give, because I moved down here, people thought I had lost my mind. That's the best way I could put it. Because within, I think, a 16-month period, my stepfather, my mother, and my grandfather all passed away in Detroit. And I was like, I can't live in this city anymore. and it was as if I threw a dart, whoosh, and it landed on Texas.
Okay.
And that my grandfather died February 15th, and by June, I was down in Texas. Mm-hmm. I came here with a plan. I took a $15,000 pay cut to move. No, that's not right. I was making about, 18, 19, 20 an hour, and I took a job making 13 an hour because I needed to just get down here. Mm-hmm. But within 1 year, when I got my first teaching position, I was making $15,000 more because it was a plan. Mm-hmm. But people thought I was crazy because I came down here with no support system in place.
Oh, wow. That's me, too.
And I had to build one.
Yes.
And the Lord blessed me with my first job. We still hang out. Like, we're at each other's houses. Mm-hmm. We say we're a book club, but we don't read. We used to. We don't. We just hang out now and eat together and hang out and support each other.
Yes.
So, and that's what some of those tips are about, the things you have to do to be able to make it as a single parent.
Yes.
And don't ever lose your vision. It's just delayed. It's not denied.
That's true.
So, and I had to put a lot of me on the back burner to make sure they had what they needed.
Yes.
But now it's about me because I'm an empty nester.
And they're doing great. And, and I'm glad that you brought that up because I said that I'm getting my doctorate degree and my dissertation because I want to know as far as like, okay, let's say me and your sisters, we grew up with the same mother, we grew up with the same father, same household. I want to know what would push one person to say, okay, I'm going to go to Harvard, I'm going to go get my PhD, I'm going to go and live my dreams, whereas another person just say, okay, I can't do it. It's too hard for me, so I'm just going to sit and do nothing. What makes that one person motivated and that other person where they feel stuck?
That's a good question. That's going to be your doctoral
yes,
thing.
Yes, it is. I'm doing some research.
I'm going to hear. That's going to be interesting to hear.
And that's just fascinating because I want to know because a lot of people use excuses. And that's what really made me want to know. Okay, well, people use excuses. Oh, well, I was born in the hood. Okay, there's a lot of people made it out the hood. Mm-hmm. I know some people that's in the hood that made it out. I know some people that lived in mansions, so it doesn't matter. It depends on what it is, what drove you to want success.
A lot of it is your mindset. It's this thing that I teach my kids at school, a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A fixed mindset is saying what I have, the gifts I have is all there is. Where the growth mindset is saying I can develop more. Mm-hmm. Have you ever been to a paint and sip?
Yes.
Could you paint before you went there?
No.
But because you followed the instructions and you put the work in and you have grit and determination, you're able to do it. Mm-hmm. So all change starts with the mind. The Bible tells us that. Mm-hmm. It starts in the mind and then it gets to the heart. So we have to have a change mindset, and that's where that motivation, that's where putting positive things in your ear comes from, because you have to have the mind that, you know what, even though it looks bleak, even though my car is about to be repossessed, been there, done that.
Been there.
Even though my house is in foreclosure, I know it's more to life than this. And I think that's what kept me going. Lord, this can't be it.
Right.
This can't be it. It got to be more. It got to be more. It got to be more. And so that being forward thinking is what helped me survive some of those hard times.
Yes. And just like you just mentioned, I went through it all too. When I was with my ex-husband, it took them longer to build our house than we actually lived in our house, So then I left everything to work. The house went into foreclosure. I came here to Texas. I knew one person. I didn't know, anyone. When I got here, I opened up an insurance agency. I had 2 cars, to both of them getting repossessed. I remember one apartment calling me, say, you got to 5 o'clock to come up with some money or your stuff is going to be out on the curb. So I know what it's like. But I said, okay, you know what, God, I know that there's more in me.
There's more.
So I didn't say, okay, well, let me just give up or be mad at God. With God, I had this lifestyle where I had the cars in the house. Why you take it from me? You know what I said? Okay, I know I can get it again.
But you know what I found? That all this stuff that I've been through is for me to help somebody else.
Yes. So I can say, when they say, oh, well, I can't make it because I don't have the money. Well, guess what? I didn't have no money either. When I came down here, I probably had like $200, and that was borrowed money.
Yes.
When I came down here, when I quit my job because I was still working, I had $234 in my bank account. And people said, well, why did you quit your job? Well, only $234. I said, because I only had $234 in my bank account. So sometimes we can't just keep using excuses on I don't have.
You have to figure out a way to make it. happen for yourself. And a lot of that's that determination with that mindset.
Yes.
In the people, your circle.
Yes.
Who you hang with. Are you hanging with dream keepers or dream reapers? Are you hanging with a bunch of people? Well, we just going to go hang out and we're not going to think about tomorrow.
Girl.
So you got to elevate your mindset before you can move. And you know what's going to happen when you elevate? You're going to lose people. But you know what? That's okay. Because you know what God is going to do? He's going to give you another set.
He going to get, look, and I'm so glad you said that. So the one person that I knew, we were best friends. I mean, we knew each other from high school. We were so close. We didn't even call each other friends. We were like family because I knew her family. She knew my family. We can come over. So she was the one that lived here. And one day she called me and she said, you know what? Our season is, our season is up. We're no longer going to be friends. It broke my heart. I cried because I'm like, what the heck? Like, it just came out of the blue. I'm like, what did I do to you? She was like, oh, you didn't do anything. Our season is up. Could come to find out that our two grown kids end up doing something crazy together, but they're grown. I'm like, but we're family. You should have sat both of them down how I would have handled it. Sit both of them down and you talk to them both like you their mother because she was his godmother. Yeah. So you break up our friendship. We were friends for like 30 years. And she say, our season is up. The one person that I knew here, it broke my heart. But what she didn't know is that I was praying, saying, God, remove everyone that's not in alignment with my purpose. And where you taking me. So instead of me crying, and I was hurt, but then I had to remember, okay, God, you just answered my prayer. Because she probably was not on that path that you're taking me on.
And it's okay when you lose people. Not that you have to be mad or fall out. You can speak with them from a distance. But if they're going to drain your vision or not believe in it, then you need to let them go.
And then I had to really sit and think about it. I'm like, okay, well, when I talk to her, what do we talk about? Housewives, Beyonce, who doing this, who doing that? So I was just like, you know what? She did me a favor in a way.
There's a quote, I'm not going to say it exactly, that says something like great minds talk ideals, small minds talk about people. And I'm to the point that I'm at home on my little laptop working, doing, grinding, that if I'm not having a conversation about business or ideals or moving forward, I don't really even entertain it. Right. My TV's not even on. I don't even know why I pay that high cable bill. Right. Y'all got a high cable bill too. Yes. And I don't even cut it on. Right. So because TV is just, it might be background noise, but I'm busy doing things to elevate. And like sometimes somebody will just hit my spirit like you did the other week, and I called you. I know it's like you was probably like, "What does she want?" And I was just like, "You need to do blah 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 blah." Because when it hit me and I'm pouring into you, you got to get it in because you know what? Once it's gone, it's gone. I don't remember it, and that I came to the conclusion that it's because it's not from me. I'm just being a vessel. Yes. So that's why after I tell it, I might not even remember it because it's not my. It's not truly from my thinking, it's from above.
Right. Yes, because God, He will, He will connect you, with the right people. And when sometimes when people do, when they leave your life, just be okay with it. Just trust God that He's going to bring the right people. And like I say, just some of the amazing people, I still be in awe of some of the people that I've met. This radio show, I mean, this wasn't something that I planned for and say, okay, let me just do a radio show. Okay, no, God said you're going to use this as a platform where you're going to inspire and encourage people. Yes. You're going to bring people in that's going to help give the people what they need. Yes. Because there's a lot of people out there that's hurting. It is. There's a lot of people out there that just don't know what to do. What do I do? How can I live my dreams? You say dreams. How do I do it?
It's hard sometimes when all you see, but you got to get out that mindset of scarcity. And realize there's abundance. You have to pour into yourself and surround yourself with the right people. And the circle that you talked about, I've been amazed. One of the founders of Speaker Us is Kevin Daly. Okay. KD is what they call him. And they was like, he's a Harlem Globetrotter. But I've had met him like 2 or 3 times. We did some video conferences. He had helped me out. A decent, really good guy. All about contributing to other people. And one day it hit me. I said, you know what, Kevin? He was like, yes, Sandy. I said, you famous, aren't you? I said, I know famous people now. Because he was like the captain of the Harlem Globetrotters for a bunch of years. I've never been to a game.
Okay.
And he's,
Yes.
and he's amazing. And he's there to give and contribute and help everybody win. Because, there's enough for everybody to go around.
Yes, and I love that group. And Kevin, I mean, he is awesome and just humble, just such a giving person. And sometimes you meet people, and some people are arrogant, but I mean, he is just a great guy. I mean, always looking to help. And with the group, I love the group, and I thank him for, even forming the group and me being a part of it. Yeah, so we talked about the dreams and goals. So are you living your dreams?
I'm working on it. I'm getting there. But I know the dream is bigger than where I'm at. It's been spoken into me a few times. And like I said, that mind elevation. I have to continue to work on my own mind elevation to make sure that I am really ready for all that God has for me. Because I know there's so much more out there. So I'm at a place of contentment, I'll put it like that, but I know there's more.
Right, but at least you're taking the steps.
I'm taking
that's
the
what's
steps.
so important. You have to take the steps towards living your dreams. You can't just say, okay, I want to live my dreams. Okay, well, do something about it. So everyone that sits in this seat, and I know you watch my show, so you might be prepared. I don't know if I might get you off guard with this question, but the name of the show is You're Worth It. And I tell people that I am just on a mission for us to define our own words. So my question to you is, what are you worth?
Wow, what am I worth? I'm worth being a hot mess. No.
Just what are you worth?
I am worth achieving my goals. I'm worth I know it. I am worth being a vision launcher and a dream keeper.
Yes. And you're right. You're absolutely right. So every time I ask that question, and I'm just going to continue to ask whoever sit here, because I want you to know your worth, because you define it. So there's no right or wrong answer. If you say I'm worth nothing, then you're right. If you say I'm worth, your vision, you're worth your business, you're worth your family, your health, your wealth, you're absolutely right. So there's no wrong or no right or wrong.
And you know what that question brings us to? Back to the mindset.
Yes.
So if you have a mindset that you're not worth nothing, are you going to do anything?
Right.
So you need to look in the mirror every morning and know I'm cute, I'm fine, I am purpose, and I'm going to get this done no matter how it looks.
Yes, because if you would have asked me that years ago, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, what am I worth? Because, like I say, people try to define it for us. They tell us. I've heard it over and over and over. You're ugly. You're nothing. No one will want you. You have 3 kids. So I would hear that. So what if I just still believe that that's what I'm worth? But today, today, I can say, that I'm worth everything that God has promised me.
Amen.
I know that I am worth love. I'm worth my peace, my joy. Whatever it is that I believe, and I know it. So it's no doubt in my mind. So no one can't come and tell me what I am. No, you can't tell me what I am. I know what I am because I know what God has called me.
And the thing is, the person that wants to discredit what you're worth,
yes,
if they can't see my value, I'm not about to work and prove it.
Right. Wow. That's powerful. That's powerful, because a lot of people, and I just wonder, why do people do that? They try to put you down to make them look bigger than what they are.
A lot of times I found if you date men with low self-esteem, that's the first thing they try to do is tear you down. That's why I'm a hot mess. Because I'm not dealing with it. I'll just be single. Singleness can be beautiful.
And, and when you said single, so I was thinking about that. It's just so funny that you say that. When I was driving here to work, and I just was like, okay, because I've been single for a little over a year. I mean, I haven't even dated. And I'm just like, okay, because I was hearing I saw a status on Facebook where someone said something about being single. And I would hear all these women, the comments, and they would say why they're single, why they're happy. Oh, because I'm not taking this. Oh, I'm not taking that. So I was a little conflicted on some of their answers, because I'm like, okay, yes, I know you don't want to settle, but are you really happy single? So can I ask you that question? Are you really happy single?
I was recently out trying to date, and some of the foolishness is out there. It makes me be, woo. I went on this one date. We went on 3 dates. The third date, he was like, "Can we get married? I need citizenship." Your citizenship don't have nothing to do with me.
Oh, I thought I had crazy.
So some of the foolishness out here, it just makes me single. I'll say single and content.
And content.
Because I was married and miserable. I had a very short-lived marriage, and it made me not want to compromise. Not saying I got standards way up here. I'm like, but you need a job. You need some goals.
Right, exactly.
I can't have you sit here playing video games all day.
Right. So it's okay because, of course, you don't want to settle, but are you really happy single, or are you waiting or wanting God to bring that person into your life? Because some people just say, "Oh, I'm okay with being by myself," and I just be looking like, really?
No, I want a man. I want a husband. I want a boo.
Yes.
But until he send me the right one, I want to boo.
The right one.
Y'all hear me? I'm single.
Thing.
I'm cute too. But until he send me the right one, I'm not willing to compromise.
And when I saw it on Facebook, and when they put the message, it was like, oh my gosh, it was like over 100 comments, and it was a lot of women.
But you have to
on there, and I'm like, why are all these women?
Is that coming from a place of bitterness and hurt?
Single.
So after I got my divorce, I didn't date for 3 full years. Mm-hmm. Because I knew I was a super hot mess then, and I knew I had things to work on myself.
And that's understandable.
And that's understandable. And then I realized certain things that I was denying myself was because it was coming from a place of hurt.
Okay.
Because God wants our obedience, but he wants it to come from, he'll take it from the hurt part if you're just doing his word, but he wants it to come from a place that you understand why.
Right.
You understand the why, not just following a set of procedures like, I don't do this, I don't do this.
Right, that's
because
true.
I believe in God. Having your why. I don't do this because it's not in my purpose, or it's not what God would have me to do.
Yes.
Or just really understanding the value in it. Mm-hmm. So I do desire somebody, but after just dating briefly, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna.
You think you got some stories? I'm telling you, I think I have you beat on some of the stories, and that's probably why I haven't dated in over a year because, I'm just saying I'm not looking. Mm-hmm. Whatever God is going to, as they say, the husband, he findeth the wife.
He finds the wife. And I'm really at the point that I believe that my contact
are you out there? Is you putting yourself out there we can find you, or are you in the house?
No, I'm not in the house. I'll be everywhere. But it's gonna probably be like I trip over it, like at a networking event or a job. Because I can't, if I have a conversation with a man and he don't have nothing going on in his life, but he like, I'm napping, I go to work.
Playing Fortnite?
Yeah, this one guy, he was 54 years old. He drove a bus, which is, I'm not like bougie, like, no, you got to have not a blue collar. Blue collar workers, if you treat me nice, you can drive a bus.
Right.
But he had financial problems.
Okay.
And he worked at Panera Bread. So I said, again, I'm not down to you. So what's your plan to get out of this?
To get out of that financial
He said, well, I'm just going to keep working my job because, I worked there 10 years before, and by the time 10 years was over, I was up to $18 an hour.
Okay. So
you 54. I think retirement is going to hit you probably before that 10 years come. No plan. No plan. Right. But it's some men out there that have plans, so I don't want to seem like we're hating on men.
Right.
That have plans, and there's men out there with hurts too.
Right, that's true.
You can't have two broken people coming together in a relationship. You got to have wholeness.
That's true.
I don't know how we got on this relationship thing.
I know that it was good though, because I used to do a show where we talked about relationship, because there's a lot of women that's out there hurting, and I got it from the man perspective as well. Mm-hmm. Why are they single? I had someone that was married. I had someone that was divorced. Mm-hmm. So everyone gave their reason on why they're single or married or divorced, and what are some of the reasons for the ones that's single? Like, why are you single? So that's what I just wanted to know. I know we were talking about living your dreams, so I guess living your dreams will be with the husband.
Okay, when I first did my vision board for this year, I still had some of that bitter. It was just a little bitter.
Okay.
So I didn't put nothing on it about relationships. I mean, nothing. Hi, Jay. Nothing on it about relationships. I was like, I'm over this. And God told me, go put it on it about the relationships. Because remember that first vision board I said I did, and I got scared because I put marriage on there. Mm-hmm. And marriage manifested itself. But I just put the dress. Mm-hmm. And I do. I didn't put any characteristics of what I wanted him to do.
Be. Right.
So now on my vision board in the corner is the man. And I got all types of traits. I put
want?
Jesus in his heart.
Okay, that's important.
You know, all types of traits. I just don't want a husband. I want the person.
You have one.
Just to say I had one. Because I could say I had a wedding, but I never had a marriage.
Right, that's true. Oh, yeah.
You know.
And I read somewhere, too, where when you write down, they were saying write down all the characteristics, everything that you want, you know, in your husband or in your wife. And if you can get 80%, because you're probably not going to get the 100%.
And I'm good with that.
But if you get the 80%, then that may be something to work with. So, ladies, single men, put that on your vision board.
Put it on your vision board, but put those traits.
Just those traits.
Just don't, you know, I had all this wedding stuff, and I do, and the bouquet. I had a wedding, but I did not have a marriage.
Didn't have. So, okay, so now we're going to get, we done got all of, like this, we can go on and on and on. We're talking about this. So we know that there's a lot of people that's out there that's hurting. And it could be in relationships. A lot of us, we have been hurt. I know I've been hurt, you know, by the person who we stood before the priest and we said, I do. We said, you know, before God, you know, it was my ex-husband. So a lot of us are hurting. It can be in our marriage. It can be in our family. We can be hurting because our finances is not where we want them to be. It can be, you know, our career. So what encouraging words can you give to that person who's just, who's hurting? I know you say that you're a counselor. So y'all, look, she's not giving you free. Well, how you put it? Do you get paid for counseling, or
I'm a school counselor?
Okay, well, this is her coaching.
This is my coaching for hurting people. The first thing I would say, you need to embrace it and figure out what your lesson was, because with my marriage, when it ended, it was very painful. It was embarrassing. We went to undergrad together, so we had a whole lot of common friends. So when he went and posted his new girlfriend on his Facebook page when we had only been married 4 or 5 months. It was, you know, it was embarrassing for me. But I had to learn what was my lessons. What is this hurt? What is the purpose of this pain? Because it had pain, because I grew a lot as a person. Because I believe that in marriage is such an intimate situation, or situation, that there's certain levels of growth that you only achieve with having a mate. I just believe that. It's certain refinement that happened within that relationship.
Okay.
So I can't say only. I guess Jesus would just have to be refining me until I get a mate. But that's what I would tell them. Think of the purpose in it. And then you know what? You know what we don't like to do in our community, but go see you a counselor. Go sit down and talk to somebody.
Yes.
There's the divorce recovery groups. And figure out a way not to find yourself in that situation. Because what I found is, if it's a repeated pattern, you fail the test. You fail it. So you have to learn how do I stop this pattern? How do I stop myself from keep choosing the wrong guys? That was part of it. I was choosing them because they was cute. It don't matter about cute. It got to be some substance there.
Right.
But we have to start identifying your patterns and figure out how to break it. Right. Even with finances, am I just a bad steward of my money? Is it that I don't have enough, or I'm spending it the wrong way?
Right, and you might find out that you're spending it
the wrong way. Am I eating out every day instead of cooking? Am I, got bundles?
Right.
But my bills not paid? Right. So we have to look first at ourselves to figure out, how do I stop this pattern, because I don't want to feel this pain again.
Right.
I want to pass this test.
Yes, and that's true, because there is a lot of people they say they're hurting in their finances, but like you say, you'll see them, on social media, and I'm not trying to get in everybody's finances, but, people come to me and say, oh, well, I can't go to this event because it's $25. Well, it's an event for self-improvement. It's an event where you can network with like-minded business professionals. It's an event where God may connect you with someone that can help you get to that next level or launch that business. And they'll say, oh, I can't because I don't have $25. But then you see them on Facebook Live and they living it up. So
and our visions require some sacrifice.
Right. So people have to quit saying they can't invest in themselves and in self-improvement. I mean, even like a book. When the last time you bought a book? When the last time you read a book? When the last time you invested on different skills or something that can help you? We can't keep complaining and blaming everybody else. We have to stop making excuses.
Yes, because at the beginning of this year, I said I'm going to launch my business officially. I had businesses back in Detroit, like event planning, different things, and I find all those gifts are what's coming together. But I first started, I'm going to do all the free stuff I can do, Black Women in Biz, anything free networking, I'm going to get out there. Mm-hmm. And then the next thing I knew, I was at a conference in San Diego. That was a true sacrifice for me. But the connections I made there, getting in that circle. I met 3 women there. This conference was in May. And it's now almost October, mid-September, and we do a weekly Zoom call where we're encouraging, holding each other accountable, getting our goals set, praying for each other. Mm-hmm. So I went and met some strangers and left there with sisters.
Right. And that's what we have to do. We have to get out of our comfort zone. Mm-hmm. Let's stop being comfortable with having really nothing, really,
And that goes back to that mindset.
The mindset, because I'm going back to Detroit in November. I'm doing, I was invited to speak at a women's empowerment event, and I just thank God that someone invited little old me to come and pour into, ladies, to let them know, okay, you can do it. Now, here I am. I'm coming to Detroit. So that means I'm getting on a plane, I'm packing my bags, I'm coming to stay with somebody, because I'm not getting a hotel, so family, I might come stay with you. So I'm investing that to come and pour into you. So what's your excuse why you can't be there?
You can't be there. You have to invest in yourself. In a couple of weeks, I've been doing this retreat for a few years. And women leave changed.
Yes.
It's called My Story, My Journey, because we all have a story, we all have a journey.
Yes.
And women leave healed, delivered, set free, to be able to move in purpose.
Yes.
We had one young lady that came, and she had a book out, and she was like, I was about to put the whole writing thing on the back burner. Mm-hmm. That retreat just put a fire under her, lit her back up.
And that's what it's about. You want to be connected with the right people. You have to be careful who you spending your time around.
Who you're spending your time with, the negative energy. I can't have negative energy around me. And that, I'm not going to say that. I just can't have negative energy around me.
Yes, because I went to an event on Saturday. Let me tell you how good God is. Now, I had 6 events for Saturday. I mean, my calendar was packed, and I'm like, okay, what should I go to? I know I should be here. I want to go there. So Friday night, and it was a friend of mine, Rachel Proctor. She was having an event, and I knew that she was, and I really wanted to be there, but I was like, okay, I know I got chapter meeting. I know I have this. I have to go. I have these other events. So Friday, and it was sold out. So I said, okay, you know what? And it was in the middle of the night. It was 11 o'clock. I'm laying in the bed. So I said, you know what? Let me just go on here and see if I can get a ticket. Let me just go ahead and reserve and just, get a ticket. Even though I knew that it was sold out, it was open for me to get the ticket. So I got that ticket. When I went to that event, when I say my life was changed, and it was so funny because when I saw her, she said, Setra, I saw that ticket come in at 11:30 at night. And I said, you know what? It was meant to be open for me to be there. So why I'm up here saying I got all this other stuff to go to and all these other events I needed to be right there.
You was purposed.
And just to be there in that room with those women, when I say powerful, I told her I'm already excited. I'm waiting for the next one. And that's what it's about. You want to be around people,
that energy.
Yes. I mean it was good. I was crying. I walked out with my last strip was hanging off my eye. I got in the car and I looked and I said, oh, that's when I said, you know what? It was meant for me. I had to be there. Because when I say when the women that were there, what they poured into me, and I'm taking notes. And I'm someone, if you ever go to church with me and we get in the car, I'm the one that say, well, how can you leave not changed? Yeah. How can you leave church and the bishop, he didn't preach, but did you get the teaching out of it? How can you go and just be the same? You didn't get nothing out of that. So my kids, they already know when we get in the car, I'm about to have a conversation
what you got?
What are you going to do with it? You were there for a reason. So what are you going to do? Are you going to apply some of those steps? Or are you just going to say, okay, you know what? I'm just going to walk out and still be the same. How?
Because you have to have your cup out. You have to have the mindset, I'm here to receive.
Yes.
And that's back to that mindset. If you don't have, you can go to functions all day long, but if you're not open to receiving, or if you're sitting there in judgment because something's not quite the way you want it at the event, and judging the event instead of just pulling what you can.
Yes.
Because I knew about that event. The co-host of My Story, My Journey actually was there. I had a church member who was coming to the retreat, and she was doing her first women's conference.
Yes.
So sometimes we just have to go out and support and cheerlead people on. Because you want people to cheerlead you, you got to be their cheerleaders.
Yes.
So I went to her event, and it was a fabulous
Yes.
event for her first one. She had about 20 women, 20, 25, maybe 30. Fabulous. Just a spirit of excellence.
Right, and that's what this show is about. It's about keeping people connected, about inspiring, empowering, uplifting. So if you're having an event and you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, please contact me. I would love for you to be a guest on my show because I want people to know what you're doing. Because what I find out as I'm out here, as I'm networking, is some people out here doing some amazing, great things, touching lives, empowering women, but a lot of people don't know. So that's what this show is about, keeping them connected. You know, come on here, let my listeners know that you're having a vision board party. Let people know that you're having a women empowerment event, because we want to pour into these people because people are looking for it.
Yes.
So tell people again about what can they expect tomorrow on your Facebook Live, because, hey, we are going to get on her Facebook Live and listen to, what is it called? I'm a hot mess.
My broadcast is called Living Life on Purpose, because why I say on purpose is because that means that you already have a plan. You're just not falling into it. But tomorrow we're going to talk about I'm a hot mess and how you could take those negative traits that people have said and make them positive because they are purposed. A couple of more events. Do you mind if I share?
Oh, of
the
course.
My Story, My Journey retreat. We have about 3 spaces. It's September 28th through the 30th. It's about an hour and 15 minutes from Dallas. It's a fabulous event. This is about our 4th or 5th year doing this retreat.
Okay.
We're off the water of, I'm going to jack this Lake Texarkana. Did I say that right? Beautiful. We launch you with a boat ride on Friday. The cost is $200. That's all inclusive. That's your registration. That's your lodging. That's your food. That's your boat ride. Some of y'all get a weave that costs $200. So you can go to www.beautyforashes.com and register. Like I said, it's about 3 spots left. Another thing that I have going on, because I'm always busy, October 4th, you heard me talk about my 5-step process to doing a vision board.
Okay.
I'm doing my first webinar teaching it.
Okay.
I'm going to teach that. If you're interested in being a vision launcher, if you're interested in being a dream keeper, if you're interested in making sure your vision boards work and get results, you can go to my website, www.sandydjohnson.com, and you can register. It's just $34. That's the introductory price. After that, we're going to go up. So, and one more thing I have coming up, because I'm always busy. Busy is good. For the last maybe 4 years, I have a group of women that we give vision board parties, Martin Luther King's birthday, in different states at the same time.
Okay.
Then we connect through the internet, and talk to each other. This year is going to be January 19th, because Martin Luther King's dream didn't die. We all still have dreams. And it's going to be called Vision Launch 2019. And so I'm looking for vendors for that. And I'm also looking for vision launchers, people who are interested in giving a party. Register for that class, and we'll be good to go. I want at least 20 states. Right now, I have 4 on board.
Okay.
I've had as many, I think, as 7 or 8 states.
Okay, so we're putting it out there. We're
Yes.
claiming it. We're going to have 20 states. And when I say you all need to come out, because Sandi is someone who you definitely want to be connected to. When I say she is just a blessing. Because she's sending me texts. I mean, you're sending me messages through Facebook and say, hey, do this, and I'm just like, wow, just thank you for just being there. So you all come to any of these events that she's having. As she said, she'll be in Detroit come November.
No, Detroit is going to be next summer.
Next summer. So if you're here in Texas, tell them how they can follow you, like on social media.
You can follow me at. Let me get my phone number out. Y'all ready?
So, yeah, how can they contact you?
They can contact me through my business number is 817-983-0029, or you can email me, sandy@sandydjohnson.com. And go subscribe to my website, sandy@sandydjohnson.com.
So go subscribe. I mean, if you have, just do a vision board party with just your family. Contact her. I mean, when I say that that's something you want to get your kids involved in too, as we talked about earlier, you want to include them. You want your kids to know too that that you support their dreams. You know, don't be the parent to tell the kid, oh, you can't do it. Just support them. And they may say, okay, you know what? I want to be a dancer. You may think, okay, well, I want them to be a doctor. Support if they want to be a dancer. Let them know. You never know. They might own a dance company. You know, if they say, I like to draw, don't say, oh, well, you can't, make it drawn. Support their dreams, because you never know. I mean, that's one thing that we definitely need to do. We need to support our kids, and don't just think, oh, because they're young, they don't have a voice. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So we're going to close it out in a few minutes. I'm going to go on a quick break. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Okay, remember what I told you. Be your own boss. Love yourself. Get up and dance. Level up.
Level up, 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 level up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. So yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Them old mistakes are gone, I won't do them no more. That's old news, that's new news, I done did that before. I turn nothing to something, my comeback on 100. Let's talk it, more action, you just gon' see coming. I just keep elevating, no losses, just upgrading. My lessons made blessings, I turn that into money. They gotta never settle, this view is so much better. I'm chilling, I'm winning, like on another level. Oh, you can talk all you want. See me, I see prayed up, nothing I'm afraid of, and I can have it all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. They freeze get dropped like weight. Team love don't want no hate. I'm grinding, I'm shining, up, I'm on my way. They gotta never settle. This view is so much better. I'm chilling, I'm winning, like on another level. Oh, you can talk all you want. See me, I see prayed up, nothing I'm afraid of, and I can have it all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. All this sauce so level, on another level. Elevate your level, level. Graduate your level, there's no one on it. Nah. Hey, level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy.
Well, welcome back to Your Worth It Show. I am your host, Cetra Stevenson, and I have here in the studio with me Miss Sandi Johnson. I just wanted to say thank you again for being my guest today. I mean, we talked about a little bit of everything. This was a great conversation. I enjoyed this. So I would love for you to come back here and just let us know, how your event went, because I know you're going to have just such a great testimony, because I know that you're changing lives and you're helping people. So tell our listeners once again, in case they just joined us, how can they contact you?
You can go subscribe to my website, www.sandydjohnson.com. You can follow me on social media. It's usually Sandi D. Johnson Speak, I believe, on Instagram and Twitter. And it's Sandi D. Johnson Speaks on Facebook. So go subscribe. And my broadcast is going to be done from my business page, Sandi D. Johnson, tomorrow.
Okay, you all. So you heard it. So go ahead and follow her. If you know anyone that would love to have a vision board experience, then definitely contact her. When I said that I love doing vision boards, and especially, with my kids, it doesn't matter what age. I mean, you can have a girls' night out. You can have, I definitely encourage you to do it with your kids. Invite their friends over. I know my 13-year-old, he always asking, can his friends come and spend a night? And I'm like, okay, yeah, and then sit them all down and have them do a vision board. So I just want to thank you again for being here in the studio with me. So you all tune in to her Facebook Live tomorrow at what time?
7 p.m. Central. My Detroit people, what time is that, Detroit?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, Detroit. 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And let me get my phone number one more time, 817-983-0029, or you can always email me, sandy@sandydjohnson.com.
And what page will you be going live from tomorrow?
I'm going to be going live from a Sandi D. Johnson, my business page.
Okay, so Sandi D. Johnson, you want to watch her live tomorrow. It will be some great information. I'm sure that there will be tips and strategies that you can use in your everyday life. So I just want to thank you all for just tuning in this evening. It's always an honor, to be your host, as I just use this show as a platform just to keep you connected. So I hope that you heard something on this show, something that was your I am moment. When I say your I am moment, that means I can do it. I am, what you are, what you believe. So I just want you to know that, and you can do all things. And you can, you just everything that you believe. So thank you again for tuning in, and just make a promise to yourself. Just make a promise that you will take steps. Just take steps. It don't have to be a big step. Just take a small step, but just take a step towards living your dreams, because it's your life. So until we meet again, that would be next Monday, same place, same time. That would be 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can also go to Spreaker.com where you can download this show. So just look up Your Worth It Show. I am also on Spotify. You can check me out on Facebook Live. I am on SoundCloud, on iTunes, it's a lot of different platforms, but you can go to yourworthitshow.com and then you'll have the links there. So I just want to thank you all again, and I will see you all next week. So you all have just a blessed and wonderful week.
The next level is waiting for you to define. How do you define winning? Six-figure income, new cars, better career? Most people have great intentions yet struggle with taking consistent action. If you're searching for something, find yourself stuck in something, or ready to start something, you need to stop and contact Assist You to Win. Contact us by texting 555-888 and type Coach Me for free. There are only 7 spots available, so you need to act now. Text 555-888 and type Coach Me for free. That is Coach Me, the number 4 free. Take advantage of the I Am Worth It special. This ad was sponsored by Assist You to Win, the connecting place for winners.
In today's world, you never know what might happen. Ask yourself, are you protected against life's uncertainties? Our agency protects your home, auto, business, and family. Give yourself the gift of peace of mind. Contact a professional at the Nichols Agency about your insurance coverages at 469-283-1112.
Are you tired and just don't feel like cooking, but want something good to eat? Or how about having an event that's coming up and you're looking for a caterer that sells some of the best barbecue here in Texas? Well, look no further. Call Chef Joe's Barbecue. Whether you like it sweet or spicy, rubbed or sauced, He can do it all. So give him a call at 682-207-8538 from the hours of 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Let Chef Joe take care of all of your catering needs, so therefore you can eat good without doing the cooking.
For the ladies that like to shine, Diamond Tresses is the hairline for you. We offer 100% unprocessed virgin hair in a wide range of length and textures to meet your needs, from Brazilian body wave, Malaysian straights, Indian yaki, and Peruvian island curl. We have the hair to make you shine. And yes, ladies, we also have lace closures, frontals, and 360s. Hair coloring is also available upon special request. Check out our website at diamondtress.com and place your order today. Use coupon code GET10 for 10% off your entire order when checking out and entering You're Worth It in the special instructions. Let us help you shine with Diamond Tresses.
Your life, your vision, your future. Envision Boards by Sandi can help bring your dreams into reality. We'll do custom vision board experiences for you, your family, your business, your church. Give the gift of vision, the gift that keeps on giving. We do vision boards that produce. Please call 817-983-0029. Again, book your vision board experience by calling 817-983-0029 or go on www.sandydjohnson.com.
Hey, you. Yes, you. I have a question for you. What are you worth? You are absolutely right. You are worth whatever it is that you believe. You're worth your peace, your joy, your family, your health, your career, your business, whatever that it is. You are worth it. And if you believe it, then go to my website and purchase your I Am Worth It t-shirt. That is your walking affirmation, because you are worth whatever it is that you believe. So go to my website at www.setrastevenson.com. That's SetraStevenson.com, because I am on a mission for everyone to define their own worth, and I want every woman and man to know that they are worth it.
Tune in every Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. Central Time with your host, Setra Stevenson, for some of the best conversations as she talks about the importance of knowing your self-worth, living your dreams, and achieving the impossible. We're keeping you connected, so get excited about your future, because you're worth it. To find out more about your host, follow her on social media and visit her website at www.setrastevenson.com.